Welcome to the second part of our discussion. In this one, we are going to talk about the nomenclature of compounds or the naming of compounds. What is its importance? We have to give a single name for the same compound that is the same wherever you go. So dapat yung isang compound na yun, dapat isa lang ang tawag sa kanya kahit sa amang parte ng bansa naroon ka. Or kahit na saang parte ng mundo naroon ka. Nagbabago kasi ang tawag ng isang compound base sa lengguwahe. So we have here your H2O. Now, H2O can be called water in the US, tubig in Filipino, miso in Japanese. So dapat meron tayong isang unified na tawag sa isang substance. Parang pagbibigay lang ng scientific names sa mga plants and animals, di ba? So for example, bibili ka sa tindahan ng sibuyas. If you're going to buy here in the Philippines ng sibuyas, then lalapit ka lang sa nagbebenta, then sasabihin mo, sibuyas, then naiintindihan na agad ng tao na nagbebenta na you want sibuyas. Paano naman kapag pupunta ka sa US, bibili ka sa tindahan, and then you're going to say sibuyas? Will they be able to understand? What about in Japan? Kapag bibili ka ng sibuyas, pupunta ka sa nagbebenta, sasabihin mo, sibuyas. Maintindihan ba ng Japanese na person na yun? Of course not. That is because meron tayong language barrier. Now, sa scientific names, ang paggamit ng scientific name is to remove that language barrier para yung name ng isang substance, for example, allium cepa, which is a scientific name for sibuyas, will be known throughout the world. Na pag sinabi nating allium cepa, that is the onion or the sibuyas. Ganun din sa scientific naming ng compounds. Kailangan, pag sinabi natin na H2O, dapat iisa lang. It should only be dihydrogen monoxide. Now, we are going to discuss how we name compounds. First off, i-breakdown muna natin sila. Letter A is we have your monoatomic ions. Now, when we say monoatomic ions, mono meaning one, and atom, of course. And then we have your ions, meaning it is either positive or negative. So that means monoatomic ions are the ones or the atoms which have charges na nag-iisa lang. It means isang atom lang siya. Unahin muna natin ang mga metals. So, we have two. We have metals with fixed charges or iisa lang ang kanilang charge. How do we know that a substance is a metal? Punta tayo ngayon sa periodic table of elements. Now, you have been required to bring your periodic table of elements with you. Of course, we're studying chemistry, kaya dapat laging may periodic table. Now, the ones that I am going to include in the circle are non-metals. So, from helium down to uninoxium, medyo hindi updated ang aking periodic table, so please bear with me. And then from uninoxium to uniseptium, and then we have your ladder. Papunta kay boron. Include lahat hanggang kang helium. So, lahat ng kasama dito sa circle ay non-metals. But let us not forget hydrogen. Isa din siyang non-metal. So that means basically, lahat po ng the rest ng periodic table of elements ay metal. Okay. So we have to know that a substance is a metal or a non-metal first. Now going back, we have your Na, sodium. If you're going to take a look at your periodic table of elements, Na is number 11. So, si number 11. Tingnan natin. Okay. So, ito po si Na. Nakikita po natin yung charge niya dito. Iisa lang. So, that means it is an element with a fixed charge. I-compare natin yan sa element na may multiple charges or variable charge. Kagaya ng sa titanium. Sa titanium, meron siyang tatlong charges. So, positive 2, positive 3, and positive 4. So, kapag ang kanyang charges ay higit pa sa isa, we call them elements with variable charges. So si Na, isa lang ang charge. So how do we name sodium na may charge? So we call them sodium ion. Next, what about calcium? Number 20 sa periodic table. Si calcium, iisa lang din ang charge niya. So which is positive 2. Kaya ang ilalagay natin dito sa pangalan niya ay calcium ion. And then the third one, we have aluminum. Number 13 sa periodic table. Ayan po siya. Positive 3. So that means ang pangalan niya ay aluminum ion. So kapag fixed charge po ang ating mga metals, ang dadagdag lang po natin ay yung word na ion at the end. So sodium ion, calcium ion, and aluminum ion. What about metals with variable charges? So dito, number 1 we have copper. Number 29 sa periodic table. So sa copper, nandito po siya, may positive 1 and positive 2. Hindi po natin pwedeng ilagay lang na copper ion kasi hindi natin alam kung alin doon sa dalawa. It could be either the positive 1 or the positive 2. So we have to specify kung anong klaseng copper ion siya. So we have two ways in order to name these metals with variable charges. We could make use of the traditional or the stock system. Now, using the traditional, we will make use of the suffixes us or ik. Depende kung sino mas mataas or mas mababa. So, using the traditional system, us ang makukuhang suffix ng mas mababa ang charge, ik ang kukuning suffix ng mas mataas na charge. So, in this case, si copper, positive 1 at positive 2, mas mababa si copper, positive 1. So, sa kanya si us. Maliban dyan, ginagamit din natin ang Latin name nila kapag ginagamit natin ang traditional system. So, what is the Latin name for copper? It is, dito na lang. The Latin name is cuprum. Now, using the traditional system, si copper positive 1, so, si copper positive 1, kukunin niya yung us. So, magiging cuprous. Tapos, si copper na positive 2, dahil mas mataas ang kanyang charge, kukunin niya yung ik. So, it will be cupric. So, kapag sinabi natin cuprous, ito yung copper na mas mababa ang charge, which is, in this case, yung positive 1. Pag sinabi natin cupric, it is the copper na may mas mataas na charge, which is positive 2. So, that is using the traditional system. What about using your Roman numerals? Simple lang yan. Write down copper. Tapos, alin dyan? Positive 1 or positive 2? Gagamitan lang natin siya ng Roman numeral. So, kapag we are referring to copper positive 1, open and close parenthesis, and then maglagay ka ng 1. So, yan yung copper 1. If we are going to refer to copper positive 2, then write down copper, and write down the 2 na Roman numeral. Ulitin natin. Kapag traditional system, we make use of the Latin name and then the suffixes us and ik to determine kung alin doon, kung mas mababa or mas mataas. Kapag stock system, we make use of Roman numerals, the name in English, and then yung Roman numeral number, depende sa kung anong charges ang ating nakalagay. Now, let's go to number 2. Sn is tin. Number 50, if I'm not mistaken. Ayan, so si tin. May positive 2 and positive 4. So, using the traditional system, isulat muna natin ang kanyang Latin name. Sn is stannum. So, using the traditional system, the name of Sn positive 2, since mas mababa, kukunin niya yung us. So this will become stannus. And then, yung positive 4, since siya yung mas mataas ang kanyang charge, it will become stannic. Naintindihan ba? Now, let's go to the stock system. So, sa stock system, isusulat natin ang kanyang English name. So, it is tin. If we're going to refer to the one with a positive 2 charge, so that means the Roman numeral should be 2. Or, if we're going to refer to the one with a positive 4 charge, then write down tin, and then the Roman numeral 4. So that is how we refer to them kung tayo ay if we're going to refer to them as either positive 2 or positive 4 na charge ng tin. Okay? Next, kanina is monatomic na metal, ngayon naman ay monatomic na non-metal ions. Now, in this case, if we're going to name non-metals, we will make use of the suffix "ide". So this one is phosphorus, number 15 sa periodic table if I'm not mistaken. Meron siyang charge na -3. So in non-metals, actually, hindi na natin titignan kung gaano kalaki yung kanyang charge. It could be either -1, -2, -3. Hindi natin titignan yung kanyang number. Ang titignan natin ay ang kanyang charge na negative. So, this is phosphorus. It will now become phosphide. And then, fluorine will become fluoride. Sulfur will become sulfide. Oxygen will become oxide. Nitrogen will become nitride. So that is how you name your non-metals. Papalitan lang natin yung kanyang dulo ng "ide". So we have phosphorus will become phosphide, fluorine will become fluoride, sulfur will become sulfide, oxygen will become oxide, nitrogen will become nitride, chlorine will become chloride, carbon will become carbide, selenium will become selenide, bromine will become bromide. So that is how we name your monoatomic nonmetal ions. Okay. Now let's go to binary compounds. When we say binary compounds, these are compounds which are composed of 2 elements only. Before we start naming them, i-review muna natin kung paano tayo mag-combine ng ions. So number 1, we have magnesium na positive 2 and fluorine na negative 1. What we are going to do is, we are going to exchange their charges. At yung charges nila will become their subscript. Pag sinabing subscript, ito yung small number na katabi ng element. So yung 1, tandaan lagi mauunang metals, yung 1 ni fluorine will go to magnesium. So write down Mg. Kapag 1 ang number, hindi na po natin nilalagay ang number na 1 because basta nandiyan na yan, it is implied na ang bilang niya ay 1. And then write down F, tapos yung 2 ni magnesium mapupunta kay fluorine. So it will become MgF2. Next, another example, we have aluminum and oxygen. Aluminum is positive 3, so yung 3 mapupunta kay oxygen, at yung 2 ay mapupunta kay aluminum. So it will become Al, and then yung 2 ni oxygen mapupunta kay aluminum, Al2, oxygen, yung 3 ni aluminum mapupunta kay oxygen. So that is aluminum oxide. Next, we have this one. Iron positive 3 plus sulfur negative 2. Yung 2 ni sulfur mapupunta kay iron. So write down Fe2. Next is, yung 3 naman ni iron mapupunta kay sulfur. So, write down 3. So, Fe2S3. Next, yung 2 ni sulfur mapupunta kay Fe. So, maging Fe2. Yung 2 ni iron mapupunta kay sulfur. S2. Yun nga lang kasi, yung kanilang subscript is divisible by a number. Kailangan natin na i-put into the lowest term. Ang hirap ng math. Okay. So, since both are divisible by 2, then, cancel, it will become FeS. So, that is how we combine anions na tig-isang element lang. Now, let's go to naming them. So, number 1, AlCl3. Yung 3 dito, remember, ay kay aluminum. So, Al is aluminum. Tignan si aluminum kung meron siyang iba-ibang charges. So, sa number 13 sa periodic table, si aluminum ay positive 3. Iisa lang ang charge. Kapag iisa lang ang charge, there's no need for you to write down us or ik or the Roman numerals kasi isa siyang element na may fixed charge. So, that means aluminum lang, just aluminum will suffice. And then, Cl will become chloride. Tandaan na sa binary compounds, under ionic compounds, ang lahat po ng dulo ay magtatapos sa "ide". Next, we have Fe4C3. Fe is iron. Tignan natin yung iron, number 26. Meron tayong positive 2, tapos positive 3. So, ang iron ay may dalawang charge, positive 2 or positive 3. Alin doon ang ginamit dito? Now, remember na kapag papangalanan natin, kukunin natin yung original charge ng element. So, itong 4 ay dating kay carbon, yung 3 ay dating kay iron. So, that means yung original charge ng iron is 3. So, it is iron 3 since carbon, kaya magiging carbide. Or, pwede natin gamitin ang traditional system, it will become iron 3. Mas mataas ang 3 kaysa sa 2, kaya ang kukunin niya ay ik. Or we could refer to it as ferric carbide. Okay, naintindihan? Next, we have strontium. Strontium is number 38. Ayan. So, si strontium naman ay isa ding element na may fixed charge. Positive 2 lang. So, wait lang. Kung positive 2 si strontium, bakit walang 2 si oxygen? Tignan nga natin si oxygen. Ayun. So, si oxygen is negative 2. Si strontium ay positive 2, si oxygen ay negative 2. Pero walang nakalagay na 2 sa bawat isa. So, we can only assume na na-cancel out. Anyway, we have strontium. There's no need for you to use us or ik or the Roman numerals kasi it is an element with a fixed charge, and then oxygen will become oxide. Next, number 4, copper. Tignan natin si copper. Number 29. So, si copper meron siyang dalawang charge. It is positive 1 at positive 2. Alin doon sa dalawa ang ginamit dito? So, kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina doon sa number 2, ang gagamitin natin ay yung kanyang original charge. So, ibalik natin yung 3 kay nitrogen, yung 2 ay kay copper. So, that means ang ginamit dito na copper ay yung positive 2. So, we can write down copper 2 nitride. Naintindihan? Okay. Next, number 5, zinc. Zinc, number 30 sa periodic table. Isang charge, so there's no need for you to make use of traditional or stock. So, zinc. tapos Se. Number 34 sa periodic table. So, selenide. So, that is how you name binary compounds. Next, dito naman tayo, pangalan ang nakalagay, we are going to write down the chemical formula. So, we have tin phosphide. So, dito, since wala ng space, let's put an arrow. So, si tin, 4 daw ang ginamit. So, Sn, positive 4, plus phosphide, which is phosphorus, negative 3. Okay? Next. So, ang mangyayari is mag-exchange sila. Yung 3 mapupunta kay Sn, yung 4 mapupunta kay phosphorus. So, it will become Sn3P4. So, this is our chemical formula for tin 4-phosphide. Number 7, cobaltic fluoride. Cobalt, tingnan natin sa periodic table. Cobalt is number 27. Meron tayong positive 2 at positive 3. So that means, alin dito ang ginamit? Yung positive 2 or positive 3? Since ake ang nasa dulo niya, ang ginamit niya ay yung mas mataas. So it is CO positive 3 plus fluoride F negative 1. So mangyayari, mag-exchange sila. Yung 1 mapupunta kay cobalt, so CO. Yung 3 mapupunta kay F, so it will become F3. So this is our cobaltic fluoride. Now, dito sa ating periodic table, meron tayong shortcut para malaman kung ano ang kanyang charge. So, mag-start tayo magbilang mula kay hydrogen. So, dito is 1. Ayaw sumulat. So, 1. 2 dito. And then, we're going to skip yung mababa. And then, pumunta tayo kay boron agad. 3. 4. And then, babalik tayo sa 3. 3, 2, 1, 0. So, ganun po. For example, we have your phosphorus. Di ba sabi natin kanina, tinignan natin yung periodic table kung anong kanyang charge. Since siya ay nakatapat sa 3, then that means ang kanyang charge ay 3. Positive or negative? So, kanina 1, 2, 3. So, pataas. So, that means yung mga yun ay positive. Ngayon naman, 4, 3, 2, 1, pababa. So, yung pababa, those are negative. So, that means yung ating phosphorus ay negative 3 ang charge. What about bromine? Number 35 sa periodic table. Okay. So, si bromine naman ay number 35, nandito siya. Ang tapat niya ay 1. So, that means ang charge ni bromine ay 1. Either positive ba siya or negative? Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kapag yung bilang ng yung pagbilang natin, kapag pataas, that is positive. Pag pababa, that is negative. So, dito ay 4, 3, 2, 1. Since pababa, ang gagamitin natin dyan na sign ay negative. So, bromine has a charge of negative 1. Next, what about magnesium? Magnesium number 12 sa periodic table. So, Mg. Ano ang kanyang charge? Saan siya nakatapat? Sa 2. So, ang pagbilang natin is 1, 2, 3, 4. Pataas, kaya positive. So, therefore, the charge of magnesium is positive 2. Now, ginagamit natin yung ganong way para mas mapabilis, pero it is not usually,